Hey, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. Khloe Kardashian sat down with Kelly Clarkson to talk about the process of learning how to unlove her toxic ex, Tristan Thompson. And this was a question actually posed by Kelly, obviously being the host of the show. And it really seems as though Kelly is struggling to learn to unlove her husband, her ex-husband as well. So let's take a look at it together. I haven't yet watched it. We're going to be watching it together. I've got my microphone here. I'm going to be pointing it at the speakers of my camera. Of my computer, and hoping that the sound picks up okay. All right, let's watch it together. I'm going to listen in on my headphone to make sure everything's okay.
You shared this season that you're training yourself to unlove your ex, Tristan. So just how'd you do that? Asking for a friend.
A friend.
Just if you have any paper or pen, no, it's hard. I think it's the most ridiculous thing sometimes. Like when something doesn't work out and you're in a relationship and you're so deeply in love and people are like, oh yeah, well, why can't you? And I'm like, I think I might always still love that person. I don't know if that goes away.
No, I don't think it goes away. Like my ex-husband, I genuinely still love and I want the best for him and I'm rooting for him.
Absolutely.
But we all, I think, just change or evolve, or you know that sometimes it's just not a right fit for you.
Yeah.
And when I said I'm learning how to unlove Tristan, I think people, whether it be family or friends or anyone that you're telling your story to, they're like, okay, so move on. And I'm like,
oh, well, let me find the switch.
Right. Like it's not that easy.
Yeah.
And just even the habits that you built, the repetition, the routine, like when something good happened, I would call Tristan. If something bad, or that's what I did, any little thing, I would share my life with him. And so learning to just reprogram myself, like, even though if someone did something bad to me, it doesn't just mean I'm like, there's a wall and I built it up. I know that this isn't the right thing for me and I need to slowly heal and move on, but it doesn't happen overnight.
She's so right, you guys. I think that was a very mature response. And it is true that people typically just expect you to be like, oh, well, they did all these horrible things to you, so it should be some, but unfortunately it's not. And Khloe does get judged so much. Let me turn this around. Sorry. Khloe does get judged so much for still kind of having these feelings for Tristan. But like she says, like when you date for someone for a long time or you're with someone for a long time, you build habits, like she says, when good things happen to you, you want to call that person. When bad things happen to you, you want to call that person again for advice. Like even like just being bored, watching TV together, watching movies together, going to the movies together, shopping, just all sorts of random things that you do, especially when a child's involved. It really is especially difficult. So I like the way that she kind of says that it's something that, and I wish that she said this explicitly, but I think that as cheesy as the line is, or as the saying goes, time heals all at the end of the day. You can try to force yourself to forget about somebody or to not care or to do this or that, but it just does not work. What you really need at the end of the day is for enough time to have passed for you to kind of, passer aux autres choses, to kind of move on at that point. And that it is what it is. The only thing that, and I'm sure you guys are going to say in the comment that she kind of gets wrong in her dynamic with Tristan is that she went on to have another baby by him. She went on to take him back after all the disrespect instead of just allowing herself to grieve. I feel like she would have been so much further along if she would have left him after the first indiscretion and given herself all that time to grieve. She just gave him so many chances and he just caused her so much trauma. Remember, in a recent episode of The Kardashians, a brain scanner guy showed a scan of her brain, and then you could see the alleged trauma that Tristan caused her within her brain and stuff. So it's like when you got all that going on, it only makes it more and more difficult to let go of a situation or of a person. And so that is another quite unfortunate thing about their dynamic as well. I also have to kind of point out that it was quite interesting to me that she brought up her ex-husband Lamar Odom, like having a love for him. I was like, oh, Khloe, why did you do that? That man is so obsessed with you. Get ready for a million new interviews from him talking about wanting to get back together with you and loving you and this and that. Like that was a can of worms that she definitely should not have opened up, in my humble opinion. I was like, no, girl, don't say it. Don't say it. And it's been so long since she was married to him. listen, they were technically only married for what, like 2-3 years. And then on paper, it seems longer because she kept married to him so that she could help him out through that coma he fell into when he overdosed on drugs at a brothel, right? I felt like she was over that and never really wanting to actually be with him. Remember, she was faking fertility issues with him to get out of having babies with him. So that came from out of left field, I felt like. And I don't think that's going to do her any favors when it comes to trying to escape from Lamar's obsession with her. But I digress. Guys, how do you feel about what Khloe had to say about getting over somebody that you love, learning to unlove somebody? Make sure to let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.